Hello everyone, as promised, I have made a little journal out of some packaging from the Your Creative Studio monthly subscription box. You may remember this lovely vellum envelope. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it had some beautiful assortment of ephemera stationery pieces such as these. And then this piece was wrapped around it. Now if you want to see the unboxing, I'll stick an iCard on here because then you'll see where this came from. But this is the journal. This is the back. So it had some sort of, so this, you can just barely see like this little white square inside there. I think there was some sort of, you know, packaging stuff. Information. Boy, that's not a great word, stuff. Sorry, I may not be very articulate today. And then on this side, this is what it looked like. It had this fold and everything. I didn't cut it at all. And it's a nice sturdy packaging material. Now what I've done here for the closure is this little fastening system, which I just used a circle die here to cut out this circle, and then this was a circle punch. And then I had a scrap of some dyed seam binding here, and then you may remember if you saw the unboxing, this cute little lantern charm that came in the box. This also was scrap in my, and then this label, which it isn't labeled because I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, but came in the box in this little box of many labels here, and I just used the green one because I liked how it went with the colors. So going on in here, I've added, from the box there was this adhesive backed papers, and so that's what these are. I just, let me see if I can get real close here. Can you see just a hint of something coming out from underneath? That's the original packaging label where it describes whatever was in the package there. And I just I trimmed down this piece of paper and stuck it on the front to cover that up. And then I've added some scraps of that on there, and then I used, oops, let me actually zoom out a little here. Maybe I'm just a little too zoomed in to get this. Anyway, this is also the paper there, and I mainly have this, I think, to cover up. There's the little paper fastener there from my little circle system here. And then all the papers in here are mostly, I think they're all scraps that I just gathered for this little mini journal, and I've just done a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. You can see it's that there. It's pretty simple. Let me just go and flip through. These are some scrap tickets that I had. This was a scrap from cut apart from like a scrapbooking paper, but then on here I've used the washi from the kit with the little cute candles in there. And then these, I think, are coffee dyed, these scrap papers. That's the stamp. You'll remember this cool one. I love how that looks there. And I did Versamark Onyx Black, or Versafine Onyx Black ink there. This is a scrap. This might have been from a previous box. But yeah, I just took it and cut that there, and then I had the little stamp sticker. I backed it here. I could have just taken the sticky off, but I wanted it to be a little thicker for a tab here, a flip up tab. Then I have another ticket here that I just stapled on, and then I took the lantern stickers that were in the box, and I trimmed this one off because it had a little bit of an overhang, but that's that. And then again, the washi decorating the edge of this paper here. There's some beautiful coffee dyeing on this little scrap here. Here is a scrap you might recognize. It is part of this paper, and I think when I was trimming it down there was this tiny strip. I just used it on the edge here. But I didn't want to go all the way to the edge because there's that lovely coffee dyeing there. This is the largest of the stamps, the lantern one. And that is stamped out in the Distress Oxide Frayed Burlap. Oh, and I forgot to mention one thing here. This little piece right here and this piece here is thicker, and it actually came from the business card, which I cut up and I used it for a variety of things, and I still want to use the candle somewhere. But it's, you know, that thick, beautiful, sturdy material, and so that one is actually used in here as the closure, part of the closure there. There's the tiny little votive candle right there. This is from the previous month's box in the papers that came in it. Here's a scrap of coffee dyed index card that I've added some washi on the side. And a flip out here. This also was from a previous box. I think it's the other portion of the paper I showed earlier, but it flips out. And then this was previous box, probably. And then it's a little longer, so I just folded it under. This is actually, it has Post-it sticky on top there. This one's actually part of a notepad. So. And then here, well, let me see. Do you recognize this feather? That is it right there. Yes, it's from the tissue paper from the box. So I fussy cut it out and glued it on right there. And then this is a piece of paper from the previous box, I think. And then it flips down and it's on, so this was just kind of a half sheet there. So I just glued it onto the side there, so there's lots of extra writing space there. And then we have this candle here, and again that's in the frayed burlap, which, let's see if you can see that if I get real close. Come on, focus there. That really nice oxidation there. I like that. I hope that was able to focus in the camera. And then there's another scrap strip from the adhesive paper. And this is also from that paper. It's the same as this one. But I made it into a tiny envelope here. Here's a tag from the box. And just a scrap of gold there. And then this is from a scrap of paper. It's just a cut apart that I had. It was just the right size to fit in the envelope there that I made. And let's see here. This is a scrap of brown cardstock. Here's the tag with some scrap fibers that I tags from the box. And then these are just extra little butterflies that I had in my stash. But in between, oh my goodness, I didn't even notice how this, I think I stamped it in the frayed burlap. And let me get, oh, come on, focus there, camera. Do your thing. Do you see that beautiful oxidation color? It's kind of a greenish almost. So I guess it dried that way and I hadn't even noticed. But it was a little bit lighter of the brown and then it dried in that cool way. And then here, right here, is the other piece of the business card that I just glued on the top and then added this scrap of adhesive ribbon here, and it makes a nice tuck spot for this little fella. And then I have a bulb pin here with a tiny tag and a scrap die cut from a Spellbinders kit, and then a sequin there. Couple little sticker stamps there. This again is from the tissue paper. There it is, the book. And I just glued that on. It makes a nice little image there. And then I stuck this on here to kind of break up that white space, and that is it. This, look at how beautiful that is. This is the packaging, remember. I love it when the packaging is just as inspiring as the contents. And so that's it for my little journal that I made out of the packaging. And the minute I saw it when I opened it, I even said, you can look up that video that I put the iCard in the beginning, this is a little journal, and I love how it turned out. So let me know what you think in the comments. Have you ever had a piece of packaging that was so inspiring you just knew exactly what you had to make with it when you saw it? Let us all know in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Bye!